Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have JD Douglas 97 versus Charles Leon, and this is going to be a post-CWAC video, and we're going to see J. Douglas win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 42 versus 40, opening hands, we got Branded Retribution, Super Poly, Guiding Quem, the Vitreous, Branded Fusion, Fallen of Albaz, and then they have Prodigy, Soul Piercer, Monk Warrior, Big Benki, Samurai Bike, and then another Monk Warrior, Big Benki. Okay, so you gotta read what Guiding Quem does exactly. This card says it's always treated as a Dogmatica and Despia card. If it's normal summon or special summon, you can send one Fallen of Albaz or one card that mentions it from the deck to the graveyard. Okay, then if a card leaves the extra deck except during the damage step, you can target one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it in your graveyard except for another copy of this card, and special summon it, and both the effects are once per turn. Okay. I wonder what they're dumping exactly. There's a lot of branded cards, so maybe there's like one that wasn't good until this card became a thing. I'm not sure. But also the opponent drew 0 hand traps in a deck that plays a lot of them. They're going to go normal summon, effect, and then go ahead, dump Blazing Cartagia, Branded Fusion, dump Fallen of Albaz, Tragedy, summon out Lubellion. Oh, so, I mean, that seems horrible, just using it to dump Blazing Cartagia. Alright, we're going to go Lubellion 1, no Tragedy. Really? So you don't play Aluber? Okay. Or maybe they're just waiting to use it to set, but I doubt it, especially when they have Retribution already. Then, I don't know how this even got brought out. I was going to say, those go back. They bring out Mirror Jade. The card leaves the extra deck. Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be sent. So you don't have to Mirror Jade. It can just be special summon from the extra deck, and that counts leaving the extra deck. Okay. That checks out. Blazing Cartagia effect, go ahead and fuse in the Grangoyle effect, dump Albion, set Super Poly, and then we're gonna go end phase, Blazing Cartagia, add itself back, and then Albion, set Branded in red. Okay, and then we're just gonna pass here. Also, there's just no way that you don't play at least one Aluber in the deck, right? Like, it's a starter, it's really good with Tragedy. Even if you only play Tragedy Adlib, like, then when you go Branded in red target Tragedy, you have nothing to search off of it. So then, like, the one Aluber's follow-up. They draw a Ghost Ogre, and then they just scoop, doesn't even want to reveal what deck they're on. So, on to game number 2. We are going to see Super Heavy Samurai go first. We got Branded Retribution, Branded in High Spirits, Branded Lost, Branded in High Spirits, and Imperm. They have Soul Piercer, Bell, Wagon, Moonlit, and Ash. Okay, so they have triple hand trap. Normal summon effect. They also imperm the wrong effect of this. You're supposed to let it go to defense, and then imperm the effect to switch itself to attack. And then activate Soul Piercer onto it, and then link off into the link 1, and then Soul Piercer, go search out Prodigy, activate Prodigy, bring itself out, and then go ahead and bring out the, scale the Monk Warrior, and then Monk Warrior effect to go search for Soul Peacemaker, link, discard Moonlit, summon out Soul Piercer. Okay, then they're going to synchro off here. Okay, I was gonna say this scales itself, not adds itself back to hand, and then go in the Ninja. Then they're gonna get Soul Piercer effect to go search for Soul Gaia. Alright, and then afterwards they're gonna activate the Soul Piercer and then effect tribute the link. This one searches? No, it specials. Yeah. I was like, I didn't even know this one searched, I thought it specialed. Okay, yeah, so they go ahead and fix it there. And then they're going to get Scales effect to summon back out Soul Piercer, activate Soul Gaia, and then Soul Gaia effect to bring itself out from being equipped, go into Gear Giant X effect, go search out Cyberstein, and then link those off, go into a Cleafor Genius, Soul Piercer effect, go search, that's going to search out Prodigy, and this card's like really useful. You're going to see a lot of people go for this card. Not because of its first effect, but mainly because its other effect says when 2 monsters are special summoned at the same time to zones this card points to, you can add 1 level 5 or higher machine from the deck to the hand. So then that can go ahead and grab out Therion King Regulus, which this deck can play as a 1-of just because you can search it off this. So Pendulum Summon, and then Cleafor Genius, search out Therion King, Cyberstein, pay 5k, bring out Nichiria Exterio, which this card single-handedly, well, I wouldn't say this card single-handedly beats Branded, but in a lot of games, this card will just win you the game by itself. And then go on IPs, Summon King, and attach Soul Piercer, and then Ninja effect to pop Soul Piercer, burn the opponent for 500, and Soul Piercer, go search, grab Scales. Okay. I guess that's pretty cool, just like popping that to get a search right now. Alright. Pass, Drummer Carrier, and then they scoop. So now moving on into game number 3, we are going to see Branded go first. Opening hands, we have the Guiding Quim, the Super Poly Sornier, Branded in white, and Branded in high spirits. They have Wagon, Gamma Seal, Soul Piercer, Veiler, and Soul Piercer. So we have 1 hand trap and 1 kaiju. They're going to activate Branded in high spirits, reveal Sornier. Okay, they decided that this is not the play. Okay. They're going to go normal summon Guiding, dump Blazing Cartesia. Oh, I guess you do this first, right? And then you get Guiding effect to summon back. Okay. High Spirits, reveal, dump Albia, go search out Shrouded Dragon, discard the Sornier. Well, yeah, discard the revealed monster, and if you do, add 1 Fallen of Albaz or something that mentions it. So they needed to discard Sornier. There we go. And then Sornier dumps Retribution, Guiding, summons back Blazing Cartesia because that left the extra deck. And then activate Shrouded Dragon, dump Fusion, put back, drawing the cross out, and then Retribution, add back Branded Fusion, and then activate Branded Fusion, dump Mercarrier, Fallen of Albaz, bring out Rinbrum, and then there's no way. Yeah, it's once per turn. I was gonna say, there is absolutely 0% chance that this card is not once per turn for that effect. Because otherwise, this would just give you, like, infinite bodies for free. Yeah, definitely does not work like that. You can only use each effect of this once per turn. Okay. So, they did cheat there. But we're going to have misplays happen with new cards. It's like one of the big reasons why we go over them so early. So that way when you start testing with them, you know, you won't be doing this. And you won't let your testing partner do this and make the deck seem better than it actually is. Grangoyle, dump Garua, effect a draw. Draws in the Fallen of Albaz. And then we're just going to be banishing that for Amir Jade. Branded in white, or we're going to get rid of Grangoyle off the field. Oh, and they also reveal the synchro that Grangoyle can bring out. So I guess that's cool. This actually works. Probably a misclick to dump it there. But takes 1 level 4 tuner and 1 plus non-tuner monster. But that doesn't matter because you're going to summon this on the opponent's turn with Grangoyle. Otherwise, obviously, you can't make this because Branded Fusion. And then it says, once per turn, if a card or cards leaves either extra deck except during the damage step, you can make all monsters you control, or you currently control, gain 500 attack. Then you can negate the effects of 1 face-up card on the field to the end of the turn. Then, during the end phase, if this card is sent to the graveyard, or if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent through this turn, you can special summon 1 light spellcaster monsters whose attack equals its own defense from your hand or deck. So, that could bring out Blazing Cartesia, Guiding Quim. So they're going to go ahead, banish Fallen of Albaz, get rid of the Grangoyle off field, go into Mirror Jade, and then set Super Poly, set Cross out, end phase, Blazing Cartesia, add itself back, Albia effect, go search follow up. They're going to Mirror Jade, dump Albion, and then Rinbrum, negate, and then Albion effect. That's going to go ahead and set Branded E to it. And then search Branded Fusion. We can read over this card too. It says, during either player's turn, you can activate this effect. After it resolves, immediately synchro summon using monsters you control as a material, including a dragon monster. Okay. And then, so their effect is, while you control a bestial monster, any monster your opponents or any monster sent to your opponent's graveyard because they attributed it for a ritual summon or used it as a material for a fusion, synchro, or link summon is banished instead. Okay, but we don't have a Bystial on field, nor can we bring one back, nor do we want a synchro on the opponent's turn, nor do we even have a dragon on the field right now. Like, yeah, we can get to one. Super Poly, get rid of Rinbrum and the opponent's monster. Rinbrum, bring back Fallen of Albaz plus Mirror Jade. Because I'm pretty sure it's a Synchro 12. Their turn, pass, they draw Prodigy. They're going to go Gamma Seal over the Guiding. I guess because Guiding would be able to bring back out... I guess it could bring back out Mirror Jade too. They could bring back out like Fallen of Albaz or Blazing Cartagia also, if they have a way to discard it. Which they don't know about Super Poly, so they don't. Normal summon Wagon, and then effect to change itself to defense. Chain Mirror Jade to go ahead banish it by dumping Albion, and then Prodigy. Bring out the Monk Warrior Big Benki, summon out Prodigy. Then they're gonna go activate. Well, if a monster is special summoned by opponent's activated monster effect. But this was special summoned by a spell card. So you actually can't do that. And then they're going to go Grangoyle and then go ahead and chain Rinbrum, which won't work because you're not supposed to be able to activate that. They're going to go ahead and admit defeat, offer a rematch. Sure. Yeah, we can go over the rematch. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and see that Charles Leon wins the rock, paper, scissors shoot. And then we got Imperm, Branded Lost, Fallen of Albaz, Alibur, Blazing Cartagia. They have Wagon, Pankratops, Ogre, Samurai Bike, and Soul Pierce Maker. Okay, so I think Pankratops works better in this deck than it would other decks. I guess because, like, you play so many hand traps, you have your engine, Pankratops is good at attacking over something and then popping something. Also, it's an out to a Rise Heart, and you can Pendulum summon this card going first to also end on it. Normal summon, and then effect switch itself to defense, and then effect switch itself back, go search Soul Piercer, activate Soul Piercer, make the link 1, and then Soul Piercer, search out Prodigy, activate Prodigy, Prodigy effects, summon and scale. Well, scale and summon, whatever. And then effect to go search, grab Soul Gaia, and then Bike, discard to go search out Scales. Effect of Scarecrow, discard Pankratops. Okay, so we're not trying to end on it. We're just going to go ahead and discard it. And then Imperm, activate Soul Pierce Maker. On the link 1, tribute, go summon out Scales from deck. Scales, bring out Soul Pierce Maker. Then Synchro. And then we're going to get Soul Pierce Maker and a Cell. So bring out Bike from the graveyard, go search Wagon. And then we're going to go Bike to up its level by 2. And then summon out Soul Gaia. Make Gear Giant X effect, go search out Cyberstein. Not sure why they haven't made Fluor. But okay, I guess this makes sense. I was going to say, it makes your play safer, but I guess then you're just doing a worse play. Pendulum, summon out the Wagon and the Cyberstein. Cleave for a Genius, go search out Therion King. Summon Therion King by equipping Soul Piercer. And then pay 5,000, summon out Nichiria Exterior, go into IP, pass. And then also, Cell Synchro Stardust does have another effect, which won't come up here, but it says, during the main phase, quick effect, you attribute this card special on one Stardust monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro Summon. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using monsters you control as material. For the rest of the turn, the monsters Synchro Summoned by this effect are unaffected by opponent's activated effects. So it's a cool way to also just like make a Fluor that's unaffected by stuff. So they're gonna go normal summon Fallen of Albaz, effect discard Alibur. Oh, they do play Alibur. Oh. It was probably just a one of, and they forgot to search off Tragedy then, I'm guessing. They're going to Ogre the Fallen of Albaz. That's like the best place that you can Ogre against this deck. And then on the game number 2 opening, They have Monk Warrior, Big Benki, Gamma Seal, Prodigy, Monk Warrior, Big Benki, and then Wagon. Fate Fusion, Chain Ash, Chain Crossout, that'd be crazy. Dump Tragedy, Dump Fawn of Albaz, summon out Lubellion, then we're gonna go Lubellion 1, discard, Guiding 2, Lost 3. I was about to say, if they don't activate Tragedy this time, they actually just don't know it has that effect, which would be crazy. Search Adlib, go into Grangoyle effect, dump Albion, then Shrouded Dragon, dump Retribution, put back Dread, Blazing Cartasia, add itself back, and then pass. Okay. It'd still be at least a one of. They're gonna get to add High Spirits back during the opponent's. Then they just submit defeat. So on the game number 3 now, we're gonna see the Super Heavy Samurai go first. We got Imperm Sornier, Karkura, Super Poly, Alibur, so 3 going second cards. Pass. Okay. Make IP pass. They draw Branded Lightning, which maybe means it could be something else. What? Yeah, Stardust Dragon's not Stardust, and you're like, there you go. Like, that's an interruption. Activate Super Poly, discard Sornier. I guess the IP probably would have became Appaloosa 2. Dump Retribution off the Sornier. Normal summon Alibur. Alibur effect, chain Veiler onto that. Then they're gonna go battle phase, try to crash, try to beat over. Then pass his turn. Okay. Maybe they did do this, but they weren't saying it. But they should have gone Dragus Tapalia, target Therion King Regulus. Makes it level 1. Maybe makes the opponent play differently, even though Therion King would still just completely work under Dragus Tapalia if it's just sending itself. But maybe you make them misplay, or maybe, I was gonna say maybe they negate, but then they send itself, and you can't even Karkura because they just sent itself. Draw a Wagon. Okay, yeah, so Super Heavy Samurai is just really far ahead. Normal summon effect, switch to defense, effect, try to switch to attack, Dragus Tapalia, sure. Then activate Monk Warrior, go search out Soul Piercer, equip, make the link 1, Soul Piercer effect, and then that's gonna search, so grab out Soul Peacemaker, then activate the effect to discard Soul Peacemaker, bring out Scales effect, if we can combo and keep Ash in hand, that's just gonna make it to where the opponent probably can't do enough next turn without Branded Fusion. We're gonna up the level of Bike, and then go into Savage effect to equip, and then Savage will go ahead and equip the Cleavor Genius. I do like how this deck will always have at least Scarecrow in Graveyard 2, Savage equip, which isn't the best because it's the Link 1 with 0 attack, but hey, Savage with 1 negate is still good. Like, it's still fine. It's still gonna negate 1 card on the opponent's turn. Battle phase, attack over Dragus Tapalia, Alibur effect, target Savage, chain Savage negate, and then Therion King attack. Then pass. Also, it's not 35 because it doesn't have a Therion equipped to give it the 700. They draw Ash Blossom, then they're gonna go activate Branded Lost, responds, and they say no, it's fine because they have Therion King Regulus, which doesn't negate activation, it negates effect. So if their next play is like Branded in red, they can negate the effect of it by getting rid of it, and they still have Ash too, which is like really good. And that's just enough to beat the opponent there. So they're gonna say GG's. Yeah, and then also if you Savage, you play in the Karkura, which actually does like a decent amount there, but not enough because Karkura by itself isn't gonna beat the entire deck. Like, you can beat over King, then they get Soul Piercer Search, so then you probably don't even beat over that. You probably beat over Scarecrow, but the next turn they still have Prodigy to play. Actually, they have this that could search. I guess you get to summon back during the end phase 2, bring back something, which wouldn't do anything, right? Yeah, it's not true. As a cyber card, pay 5,000, special on 1 fusion monster, so it's not fusion summon, so you can't take this. Yeah, and just everything else in graveyard's pretty bad. But okay, that's going to be it for the 2 matches there. We can see that it was about an hour and 4 minutes long. And Super Heavy Samurai 1-1. Branded 1-1. I think it was like cool to see some of the new branded stuff. The Synchro will come off Grangoyle for sure. Like, that's pretty decent. They also went ahead and set the trap without Bistio cards live, so maybe they're actually trying to summon the Synchro. And then we just saw like pretty standard Super Heavy Samurai stuff that we've been seeing. Nothing crazy. It is nice to like watch the deck and see how people play it. We saw them ending on this a bunch, but not Fleur or anything like that, which kind of makes you think, was this card even worth making? Because you took one of your other Super Heavy Samurais away to make this, but then like, what were you going to do with that Super Heavy Samurai? It's probably just going to stay on field anyways, the same way that a Cell Synchro Stardust would. But then you could keep one extra card in hand if you just don't go for this, because I guess you have to Pendulum Summon out 2 anyways to get the effect to search. Okay. I don't know. It didn't seem like they were doing everything that they could have been doing, but they were still comboing a bunch. And I mean, you make a good enough end board. Achiria Exterio, IP, Therion King. You know, you have IP to make pretty much anything you want, and then you have hand traps on top of that with follow-up. Like, that's just good enough. Especially the Therion King Eclipse Soul Piercer, like, that's broken. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.